Is this sticky tar jamming up your memory highways? Here's how you can excavate this sticky, grimy substance and do a quick brain flush to sharpen your memory in just 5 seconds with a simple, fizzy drink that turns on your body's natural cleanup crew, leaving you feeling refreshed, awake, and remembering names like never before. Now here's how the memory highways get clogged with this sticky tar. Imagine if one day, the roads in your city began filling with a strange, sticky substance. At first, just a few small patches that drivers could navigate around. But over time, these sticky patches grew, connected, and eventually created massive roadblocks, bringing all traffic to a standstill. This exact scenario is happening inside your brain right now, and it explains why you might be experiencing those troubling senior moments, forgetting names, misplacing keys, or walking into rooms with no idea why you went there. Think of your memories as vehicles carrying precious cargo, your treasured experiences with loved ones, essential daily information, and decades of accumulated knowledge. These memory vehicles need to travel from the outer suburbs of your brain, where new experiences are first processed, to the inner city districts, where they're permanently stored. Your short-term memory operates like the busy downtown traffic hub, processing immediate information like phone numbers, conversations, and daily tasks. Meanwhile, your long-term memory functions like vast storage warehouses in different neighborhoods, each holding specific types of memories. One district for faces and names, another for skills and procedures, and special vaults for your most precious autobiographical memories. But here's where the crisis begins. Over time, a toxic, tar-like substance starts accumulating on these memory highways. This isn't ordinary road wear. It's a corrosive buildup of inflammatory proteins that stick together like glue, creating increasingly large obstructions. As this sticky tar spreads, your memory vehicles start getting trapped. A name you've known for decades gets stuck halfway to retrieval. The reason you walked into the kitchen slips out of your mind. Precious memories of family gatherings find themselves detoured into dead ends. What makes this worse is that your brain's underground sewer system, the network that should flush away this toxic buildup, starts malfunctioning. These drainage pipes, meant to keep your neural highways clean, begin overflowing with inflammatory waste. The protective barriers that should keep this sewage from reaching your memory roads start developing cracks and leaks. Soon, entire sections of your memory highway system shut down completely. The routes between your short-term processing center and long-term storage warehouses become impassable. This is why it's easier for some to remember their childhood address perfectly, but struggle to recall what they had for breakfast. But here's the remarkable discovery. Scientists have identified a simple fizzy molecule that acts like a specialized highway maintenance crew. Within seconds of entering your system, these molecular workers rush to the most clogged areas, breaking down the sticky tar and restoring traffic flow. This breakthrough doesn't just clear existing blockages, it strengthens the sewer system barriers, preventing future toxic overflow, and even helps repair the damaged road surfaces where memories travel. The result? Those precious memory vehicles can once again reach their destinations smoothly, carrying your treasured experiences and daily knowledge exactly when and where you need them most. The tar that's building up in the brain is known as plaque or beta amyloid. These beta amyloid plaques aren't just random debris. They're twisted, misfolded proteins that your brain cells produce every single day as part of normal function. In a healthy brain, these proteins would be quickly identified and swept away by your neural cleanup crews before they could cause any trouble. Your brain has an elegant waste removal network called the glymphatic system. Think of it as your neural city's sanitation department. During healthy sleep cycles, this system flushes away toxic protein fragments, cellular debris, and metabolic waste that accumulate during daily brain activity. But when chronic inflammation takes hold, it's like having vandals destroy the city's sewage treatment plant. Without proper clearance, those normally harmless beta amyloid proteins begin sticking together like superglue. Small clusters attract more fragments, growing into larger and larger masses. What started as microscopic proteins becomes visible plaques, sticky, indestructible barriers that physically block neural pathways. Meanwhile, neurotoxins that should never reach your brain tissue start pouring in through compromised barriers. Environmental pollutants, inflammatory compounds from processed foods, stress hormones, and microscopic particles from air pollution breach your brain's protective walls like invaders storming a castle. These neurotoxins don't just cause direct damage, they create a vicious cycle. Each toxic assault triggers more inflammation, which further impairs your brain's cleanup systems, allowing even more protein fragments to accumulate into plaques. It's like having a factory that produces toxic waste while simultaneously destroying the disposal system meant to remove it. The result is a brain under siege, clogged with sticky plaques that act like concrete barriers across your memory highways, while toxic compounds continue flooding in through breached defenses. Your precious neural connections, starved of proper maintenance and choked by accumulated waste, begin shutting down one by one. This is the hidden crisis happening inside millions of brains right now, a breakdown of the very systems meant to keep your mind clear and your memories intact. However, there's a way to create a neuroprotective shield around your brain, and to stop the ravage of inflammation from tearing through, What if I told you there's a natural way to restore your brain's most powerful growth factor, BDNF, the brain fertilizer, that helps neurons survive, regenerate, and form new connections? What if this same approach could create a gentle shield around your neural highways, protecting them from the toxic assault that's destroying millions of minds? A PhD pharmaceutical chemist who'd spent 15 years developing synthetic molecules for major drug companies was initially skeptical when his colleague mentioned hydrogen-water research. It sounded like pseudoscience, he admitted, just another wellness fad that would come and go. But then his colleague sent him a human, double-blind, placebo-controlled trial on the exact neuroinflammatory pathway he'd been trying to target with expensive synthetic drugs for 3 years. The results stopped him cold. Unless this research is completely fraudulent, he said, this stuff actually works. What he discovered was remarkable. A naturally occurring molecule so small it could slip past every barrier in the body, yet so selective it only targeted the most inflamed, damaged areas of the brain. A team led by researcher Hui Li, who has spent years studying brain toxicity and neural protection, had published this exact same discovery in the Journal of Cellular and Molecular Medicine. After analyzing extensive brain damage studies, they discovered that memory loss and cognitive decline wasn't all about normal aging. In their laboratory studies, when young rat brains were deprived of oxygen and nutrients, simulating the kind of cellular stress our brains face from modern toxin exposure, the researchers observed the same pattern of neural roadblocks and memory-destroying damage that we see in aging human brains. This molecule works like a specialized fire department for your brain. These molecular firefighters rush directly to the areas experiencing the most inflammatory fires, leaving healthy tissue completely untouched. As these microscopic guardians neutralize the inflammatory cascade, something remarkable happens. The hostile environment that was suppressing BDNF production suddenly becomes calm and nurturing. Your brain begins supporting the critical growth factor again, the very substance that maintains neural connections and helps create new pathways for memories. The pharmaceutical chemist was stunned by what he witnessed. Patients experiencing memory restoration they hadn't seen in years. Names that were lost forever suddenly returned. Faces became recognizable again. The fog of confusion lifted, replaced by the sharp mental clarity they remembered from decades earlier. This breakthrough technology has been refined into a simple, fizzy drink that delivers what researchers call the mind's molecule, a compound so microscopic it makes vitamins look enormous by comparison. This transparent, odorless therapeutic agent crosses your blood-brain barrier effortlessly and seeks out only the most inflamed neural pathways with laser-like precision. But here's the critical issue. Word is spreading fast, and inventory is disappearing at an unprecedented rate. Memory restoration is just one click away, but supplies are running critically low. Major health websites are featuring this breakthrough involving what scientists describe as nature's simplest therapeutic compound, and demand has exploded overnight. Manufacturing can't keep pace with orders pouring in, from families desperate to protect their loved ones' cognitive health. Time-sensitive inventory alert. Only 247 bottles remaining at current pricing. This revolutionary molecular therapy, featuring the universe's most abundant element, isn't available in stores. And once this batch sells out, the next production run isn't scheduled for 3 months. Don't let your most precious memories slip away, while this natural neuroprotective shield sits just one click away.